Well, what's going on, Cardinal Nation? Well, what a dominant win tonight. A dominant win on both sides, pitching and offensively, and being the best team in baseball, a team with the best record in baseball, 11-4 win over the Detroit Tigers in the first of three. So to beat the best team in baseball and almost pulled a shutout against them, in which they've only been shut out two times this season. So, yeah, to do to nearly do that was pretty amazing. And Sonny Gray, an outstanding outing. Six scoreless innings, gave up just three hits, walked one, struck out 10 on 90 pitches. And in his last start against the Phillies last week, it was a very different start compared to this one. But his last home start, which was, I guess, almost 2 weeks ago against the Pirates, he went seven scoreless in that one. And yeah, he's dominated at home ever since joining the Cardinals. So anyway, we would take a 1-0 lead quickly. We had three straight hits, and Brendan Donovan with an RBI single to put us up 1-0. Uh, and the Tigers in the top of the second, Riley Green, who was an All-Star last year, would reach first on infield hit, and then a strikeout throwout double play. Spencer Torkelson would strike out, and then Riley Green would be out trying to steal second. So a great throw, and out rather easily. It was kind of a no-brainer. A great throw from Pedro Pajes, and stay 1-0 until the bottom of the fourth, as Ivan Herrera would score on a wild pitch by the Tigers pitcher Cater Montero. So that put us up 2-0, and then the bottom of the fifth, three straight hits again, Newbar, Wynn, and Donovan, and then three straight groundouts. Contreras, Herrera, and Arenado would all have RBI groundouts to put us up 5-0. And then unfortunately Arenado would then be picked off of first base. But we would still have 3 runs in the inning. And so a 5-0 lead. And then Gray with two strikeouts in the sixth to get to 10. And then Jojo Romero pitching in the seventh would get a strikeout of Green, and then would allow a base hit to Torkelson, but then a inning-ending double play to keep us up 5-0. And Brendan Donovan would lead off the seventh with a base hit, with a double actually, and then Ivan Herrera with an RBI single to put us up 6-0. And then Jordan Walker with a 2-run double to put us up 8-0. And then Pedro Pajes with a 2-run home run to put us up 10-0. For Pajes, his third of the season, RBIs 19 and 20 for the catcher, who's now basically has kind of turned into the everyday catcher. It started out as Herrera becoming the everyday catcher at the beginning of the season, then he got hurt and then missed a month, and then I don't even think he's actually has caught a game since coming off the IL. I think he's only been DHing. Maybe he's caught a couple games, but mostly has been DHing. So, as he's not a particularly great thrower, but regardless, that would put us up 10-0, and then Victor Scott with the base hit, and then he would advance to third on a fielding error by the right fielder Kerry Carpenter. And then the Tigers then bring in a position player to pitch. It was their catcher, Tomas Nito, would come in to pitch for the Tigers, has down 10-0, and then eventually 11-0 as Lars Newbar with the sac fly to make it 11-0. And then the Tigers go on the board in the top of the eighth. Akil Baddoo with an RBI double to make it 11-1. And then they would rally for 3 runs in the ninth off of Gordon Graceffo, who would give up 3 runs, though only one of them was earned, an error by Jose Barrero. And Yeah, so an outstanding pitch performance from Gray, scoreless outing from Romero, uh, and John King give up a run in the eighth, throwing 29 pitches. And yeah, so just a dominant win. We had 16 hits in this one. We had, I think, 12 hits yesterday against the Orioles, but only scored one run. So for us to score 11 runs against, like I said, the best team in baseball, and yeah, it's just a pretty impressive. So it's Tigers team with 31 wins. So and I don't think many people had them. Uh, you know, I don't think maybe many people would think that they would have the best record in baseball currently. So, um, but yeah, and they've only lost 5 games at home all season long. They're the best team at home, or at least tied for the best record at home. So anyway, uh, also Lars Nootbaar made a fantastic catch in left field in foul territory. Uh, Took away, well, not a home run, but it was a great play regardless. So uh, anyway, also Cardinals starting pitchers have not had a loss since May 2nd, span of 15 games in which Cardinal pitchers have not been charged with a loss. So starting pitchers. So anyway, in the second game tomorrow night, it's a very good pitching matchup. It'll be Eric Fetty starting for the Cardinals against the reigning Cy Young Award winner and probably the best pitcher in baseball so far this season, Tarek Skubal, for the Tigers. Very hard left-hander. So see how he do. He's lost twice this season. So till Tuesday, comics were saying go Cards.